Good morning, good morning. It is that time. It is time for Mondays with Martha. Hey, happy Monday, everybody. This is Martha. Actually, I changed the name, so I want to let my audience know. Let me tell you, when I went on Spotify and typed in Mondays with Martha, it was actually nobody that had that name. But when I went on YouTube, it's like 3 or 4 people, and I said, no, I want my audience to have an easy way to find me. So I changed I changed the show to Mondays with Coach Rice. I think that got a nicer hit anyway. It's more personal. And so anyway, you know what I'm here to do. I'm here to inspire, encourage, and help you guys get that energy going for the week. Because guess what? It is Monday morning. It's time to get our goals rolling. It's time to get us going. And now I got a great topic for you guys. It's called the root cause to imposter syndrome. And so a lot of people don't properly know what that is, but I will explain it. So I will explain what it is. I will also explain what symptoms are related to it. And it's kind of hard to kind of use the word symptom because it's really not an official diagnosis. I just want you guys to know it's not an official diagnosis. But I really want to share some things that will help you because it's important. Because I don't know if you noticed, but over 70% of individuals experience this and don't even know it. They don't know what it's called until they get in front of a therapist or a counselor or someone to help them. And it usually bring out anxiety or depression. So we have to really understand what that is when we're dealing with it. And I'm going to tell you what the root causes are. So sit back, relax. No, I wouldn't even say relax. Get your energy going because guess what? We're going to talk about this. So what is it? I looked up, I like to define things because when I'm talking, I want you guys to understand definitions is important. Wording is important. Language is important because it definitely drives how we think. It definitely drives how we internalize things. So people who struggle with imposter syndrome, I want you to really think about this. They believe they are undeserving of their achievements and aren't as intelligent or as incompetent as others may think. They think that soon people will figure them out or discover the truth about them. So they actually believe that they are a fraud, basically. This usually, like I said, it's not an official diagnosis. It's associated with, usually when you go into clinicians, it's usually because you anxious about your job or you anxious about what's going on. What happened to me, because I experienced it, I had to go get some help with it because it was impinging upon my life. How was it impinging upon my life? Because after I graduated, although I had all the tools I needed, although I was intelligent, although I had everything I need, even in the job I was doing, even as a counselor, I always felt this sense of imposter syndrome. Because what happens with imposter syndrome is there's a unconscious thought process behind what you're doing. And what it's saying, there's a voice behind all of that inside of you saying, I'm not good enough. I'm going to fail at this, because you have this expectation that you drew up. So let me give you an example. A counselor, to me, I had this vision what a counselor is supposed to look like. And with my personality, I didn't fit that criteria. So it was an expectation that I drew up on my own, and I started to measure myself according to other therapists, where my thought process, what a therapist look like when I see them, is that they're very calm. They always talking about the brain. And, I had this vision that this is what I'm supposed to be like, and I'm nothing like that. And so I didn't feel that. I felt like a fraud, actually, in the field that I'm in. And that was really heartbreaking. And every time I would do something, I would feel so anxious because I really felt like I was an imposter. Imposters, an imposter always feel, they don't feel, they are actually people who say they somebody, but they really not. And so I was always having that turbulence in my life. The irony is that people with imposter syndrome are highly accomplished people. They are your executives that's in your offices, and they really are very intelligent people, but they, for some reason, don't believe they should be in the role that they're playing. That's one of the biggest things about imposter syndrome. So if you ever felt that way, like you have a job that you do that you feel, I should be like that executive, or, oh my God, I got to go to this person and ask for help, then I'm not good enough, or I didn't do it like that person, so therefore I shouldn't be doing this, and I shouldn't even be in this field. When you start to feel like that, that's when you have those symptoms pop up, like self-doubt. The symptoms I'm talking about is self-doubt. Remember, this is not a diagnosis. It's just what you go through. These are key things to let you know you may be experiencing imposter syndrome, and you have to get the help you need to get through it. Self-doubt, fear of failure is big. So you feeling like, if I fail, therefore I'm a fraud. Incompetence, and not feeling intelligent. Doubting your abilities is really huge, and feeling like a fraud. That's the big one. You always feel like a fraud. So you really walking around feeling like you lying to the people. It happens in different contexts. If you ever go to church and you walk in, you ever see somebody overly talk about how saved they are, it's because they dealing with that imposter syndrome. And they may say, praise the Lord, I'm good, and then all of a sudden you hear the conversation turn into all of these other things, and you're like, whoa, what happened? But it's because sometimes we don't know. It really stems from, we don't know who we really are. We have no clarity of who we are. Why do they feel like frauds when they have such an abundance of success? That was always my question. How could I feel like a fraud when I'm doing so well? And I don't care how many times people tell you how well you're doing, you don't receive it because you have a belief. That's the biggest thing. When you think about what is a belief, that's when it's really defined as an acceptance that something is true. So you believe that this is true. You strongly believe that's true. And so what happens is, if you feel like you're a imposter, if you feel like you're a fraud, your achievements, you feel like they're not deserved. You feel that someone is going to discover that you're not supposed to be there. So you really want to, it really hinders you from moving because you believe that strong. It's an internal experience. Your belief is driving that experience, which affects how you approach that situation. And so I never forget when I came to San Antonio, feeling like, even though I did a couple of years of counseling in Chicago, very successful at it, couldn't keep my calendar closed, but that still did not stop me from feeling like an imposter. Came to San Antonio and my supervisor gave me everything I needed to go and build my place in San Antonio. He said, just go and ask for an informational interview. So I went to this, got in touch. I had received a referral to go see this particular lady. And when I went there, she had her own practice, and I'm not going to mention no names, but she had her own practice. And guess what? I walked in, I wanted an informational interview, I was ready, and she took me to Toyota to do presentation with her. It was really nice because for some reason someone didn't show up, so I was the person that went with her to help her out with her presentation. It was on leadership. We did a great job. I was interacting with the crowd. I felt really amazing because I was like, wow, this is my first time ever doing something like this. And so we got back to her office, and I never forget, she said something to me. She said, we sat in front of a group of other therapists. She was harsh. She was so harsh to everybody. I was sitting there and I didn't realize how harsh she was. Now, this was my first time meeting her, going to Toyota to do the presentation, coming back to her office, and all of a sudden she introduces me, and she said, this is a wannabe counselor. That, I sat back, I was in awe. But it was so funny. She couldn't make me feel that way. I already felt that way. And I must have given some type of vibe that I wasn't supposed to be there or something, because it really took me back. But I thank God that happened, because that's when I said I need to do some work on myself to make sure that I really should be in this field. She really tore me down. And people would do that. And she was able to do that day, because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I fit. I didn't fit the criteria of what I saw, what I believed I was supposed to fit. See, that's why we got to be careful with creating this image that don't even exist. And so I was like, oh my God. So I had to go to therapy and do some work. And it was very useful because it really helped me. Now I know who I am now, so it don't matter. But the root cause of it is, number one, I'll tell you about the root cause. And it really taught me about it because it helped me go through different careers in my life. I have a very diverse career, so it really helped me. But I learned I really have a lot of skill. I have a really nice skill set behind me where I can go anywhere at work. So it's really a blessing. But perfectionism is one of the root causes. If it's not perfect, it's not good enough. So that right there would stop you from moving forward, because you would say, well, I'm done. We still having technical issues. So if you see the video going in and out, it's because of that, because the internet is not up yet. I'm using hotspot, but it's not perfect, but it's still good to me. So I'm excited to be here this morning. So if it's really no, you can kind of reframe it as is progress, not perfection. Because if you're thinking about perfection, you never enjoy the journey. Remember that. And then expert thinking is a big one too, because I'm supposed to know everything in my field. I don't know everything in my field. It's so much to learn and grow in. I'm excited about learning and growing. I keep up with my CEUs. Because I want to make sure I'm able to help my clients. And so it's not about me, it's about them. And so my passion is helping people, so I keep that at the forefront. It's not about me being the smartest person in the field, because I will never be the smartest person in the field, because I bring a unique experience. And so you want to think about that. You don't have to know everything in your field. That doesn't make you not good in what you do. You bring a piece of yourself to the field. It's a team effort. Without you, they couldn't run a certain way. So remember that. And also another root cause is when you have to ask somebody for help and you feel like, I should have got this on my own. That's not, you don't know, you're not all knowing. You're not God. So step it down, drop the expectation, and just ask for help. Asking for help elevates other people as well. Remember that it's not all about us. It's about helping other people in the process. We all one team trying to help one another grow. If we think we got it all together, we don't leave any room for anyone else to grow. Not fair. Comparing yourself to others, biggest anxiety exacerbator in the world. If you compare yourself to other people, you lack certainty about your purpose. You rob yourself of your own uniqueness. You are a unique person. Nobody can be like you. God made you a certain way for a certain crowd, for a certain people. Be who you are and let God change what he need to change in you. one of the things that I always look at like quotes and stuff, right? And when I look at quotes, I'm looking from the lenses of like, what's wrong with this quote? How can it be problematic? And so one of the biggest quotes that I feel is the greatest exacerbator of imposter syndrome is this: it sound good, people use it all the time, fake it till you make it. Think about that. Fake it till you make it. The root word in the front of it is fake it till you make it, suggests that I'm imitating my confidence, my competence. I'm faking. I'm not being real. That is the worst thing. The root cause is telling me not to be genuine and authentic. Anytime that I'm not genuine or authentic, guess what? I take away from my uniqueness, which robs me of my purpose. It's a cost. So fake it till you make it sound good. But I'm going to tell you, it's the worst slogan you can ever use if you're trying to find out what your purpose is and you don't know who you are. It causes anxiety and depression. You have to really be careful with the language you're using and all of these slogans. They sound good, that you internalize it, you read through it, and you're like, wow, that sounds good. Fake it till you make it. So I'm gonna go to this job and I'm gonna be phony till I get it right. I'm not gonna let them know that I don't know what I'm talking about. Guess what? You stop your learning curve right there. So you don't have to know everything. It's some things you are going to be an expert in, and that's good. But it's some things you're not. I never forget when I came to, after she told me that I was a counselor wannabe, I went to, it really put me in a position, it really shut me down in every aspect of my life. I went to a company, and I started working at this company. I never forget, I questioned a field that I had been in over 20 years. I questioned myself in that as well. And other people, I felt the way I saw it was that I can't do nothing right. I'm nothing if I can't do this. And so I looked at it in that way, and I started to walk in that. But I never forget, I had a boss that sat me down and said, Martha, this ain't what you should be doing. What do you really want? And that question opened me up and said, you know what? I know what I want, but I'm afraid to go after it because I'm afraid that I'm not a good fit for it. And that's when I really realized I needed the help and went and continued my therapy till I got out of that. So in the process, a woman came into the office, and she came in and she built this team, and she liked my personality so much she asked me to be on the team. It was totally different than what I was actually doing, but she put me in a leadership position because she saw leadership in me, and she watered it and I learned a whole new career. But I still didn't feel like I was fulfilling my purpose. But that particular step in my life, in my journey, helped me to get to where I am today, because it helped me to understand what I had inside of me, along with the counseling, helped me to understand the importance of knowing and having clarity on who you are. Ask yourself, what do you want? Are you in the right position you're in? Are you fulfilling your purpose in life? Ask yourself those questions, because those are important questions that we need to examine for ourselves, because we just in a day-to-day operating, trying to fulfill someone else's dream or trying to be something we're not. Don't fake it till you make it. No, ask yourself, what is it that I want? Because what I want needs to align with who I am, who God purposed me for. And so, because we were all put on earth for a purpose, and sometimes we walk in life accepting what we can get or accepting things because I was settling for years because I was trying to fake it till I make it. No, not me. Fake, no. Genuine and authenticity is the most important thing you can do. Even when there's things you find out about yourself you don't like, hey, go for it. Learn about it. That's an opportunity to learn and grow. We're not perfect. We're not trying to be perfect. We don't know it all. We're not all knowing. God is only one is all knowing. But he put us on earth to combine our gifts together so we can be one body operating in our gifts, encouraging one another, lifting each other up, holding each other up, helping each other grow. That's what we're here for. So if you feeling like you dealing with imposter syndrome, hey, give me a call and we can work through those limited beliefs that you're dealing with. But other than that, I just want you to remember, you have purpose. Be genuine, be authentic, know what you want. If you're not in a position that that you feel like you're not making any progress in, or you feel anxiety around, examine that. That's your body telling you, hey, you need to deal with this situation because this situation is maybe causing you stress. Our bodies, anxiety is a way that our bodies is telling us, deal with this. Don't ride over it. So I just hope you guys can take away this biggest thing was whatever's hidden can never be healed. Remember that. What's hidden can never be healed. So don't continue to hide it. Deal with it. Face it. Know who you are. Be authentic and let God change who he wants you to be, and walk in his path, and he'll show you which way to go. So I just want to encourage you guys today that you can deal with this and you can get through it. But I also thank you for listening. I hope this helped you guys. That's what I want to do. I hope it helped me tremendously. I did the work and I'm so glad I did it, because guess what? If I didn't do it, I wouldn't be helping others. And that's what I love doing. That's my passion. Like, I can do it no matter what mood I'm in, no matter what day it is, no matter what time it is. I just step in there and do it because that's my purpose. God called me to it. I'm thankful that he want to use me, and grateful that he want to use a little old me. But anyway, but I'm grateful. So I want you guys to, I'm getting ready to log off because I came on here and I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful that I'm able to stream with you guys this morning. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Monday morning. And I also want to tell you guys something. As I log off, I want y'all to stay tuned, because guess what? Sunday, keep in mind, Sunday, it's going to be nice. The Rice Perspective. We coming on again on Sunday. Hopefully we won't have any internet issues, but we coming in on Sunday, 6 p.m. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, here's the flyer. We're going to talk about it. Are you communicating effectively in your relationship? Tune in on Sunday, 6 p.m. with me and Mr. Rice as we talk about that. So you don't want to miss it. It's going to be pretty good, actually. We excited about it. It's going to be pretty good. I am signing off because I just wanted to make sure I give you that bit of information to tune in. And so just have a great Monday. Hope you guys are just as excited as I am this Monday morning. It's a beautiful day. Sun is out. I am logging off. You guys were wonderful. Thank you so much for tuning in.